welcome back to Gravity Throttle Racing and the Baja Bison Challenge. This is Group 1 returning after their runs down the track, and Group 2 is coming up. My name is Aaron Take.
Hey, and race fans, this is Richard Gere, and you can see Group 2, the trucks are now about to head up to the top.
I better hurry, grab my popcorn, and get my teddy bear.
And we're going to get to watch the very first racer coming up right now. You're looking at Uncle Elvis Racing.
Yay!
And Uncle Elvis is no stranger to this track. Look at him go down the Joker lane. He seems to have a very fast start. Remember, it is Spirit of 64 Racing that is at the top of the pole, holding the pole position. But Elvis is definitely taking the whole building around the track. Slowed up a little bit around the Big U. Oh, and he's down, but he's back up again. And look at him come through. 26.695. That's not too bad.
And race fans, remember, all the drivers will get 2 attempts down the track. And you saw there, just almost leaving the track was Elvis. And he's coming into drift. He does manage to get around, a little bumping here and there.
Yeah, but that was a pretty solid drift. And I like what I'm seeing. So,
it didn't look like he did not come out of the tunnel.
Oh, you know what, Aaron, we're hearing that the smokestacks on top are too tall. So they're going to have to be trimmed down a little bit. As you see, Uncle Elvis, his first time will be taken. And next up, from Shiftheads Racing, and that's new to me, is Zippy Dipstick.
Zippy Dipstick? Well,
dipsticks, I didn't realize dipsticks were zippy. Okay.
So why the name Zippy?
I guess Zippy's parents really wanted... Is it a boy or a girl?
Well, Richard, this is not a kid's game, and so it's either going to be a man or a woman. And Zippy is a female.
Look at that. Zippy is fast, too. That's impressive. And now, Zippy Dipstick has another opportunity here in the drift lane. You know what, Aaron? I'm kind of rooting here for Zippy. Oh, look at that. That's gymnastics like Simone Biles.
Richard, I'm noticing that a lot of the Baja Bisons prefer to drive backwards down Shavano Mountain Raceway.
That's a good point. I think ever since the second driver, and that was Rocky Tundra, the Runt Bison, oh wow, that's a great time, 24.5 seconds. Zippy Dipstick is now in third place on the pole.
Who do we have next, Richard?
We have Dutch Clutch Racing.
Dutch Clutch, Dutch Clutch, Dutch Clutch.
Okay, that's too much, Dutch Clutch. So Dutch Clutch, yes, and who is the driver for Dutch Clutch? That would be... We have no idea. We have no idea who's driving for Dutch Clutch Racing.
Well, look on the side of the Baja Bouncer and you'll see it's S-O-O. Sue. Maybe that's a man. A man by the name of Sue.
Well, Sue just came right in with a very good time, a 24.592.
Sue gets a shot on the drift and Mesa Butte, looking rather fast.
Let's see how Sue does. Oh, Sue! Enough speed and momentum to get caught and to flip on the side. Well, 592 will put old Dutch Clutch in fourth on the pole. Next is 409 Diecast Racing, and this is Laro. Laro participated in the Brag and Wagon.
Wow.
Whoa, did you see that? A little 180 right in the snow. He thought he'd get an early start on driving backwards.
That's right.
It's fascinating to me how these Baja Bisons just love going in reverse. And you can also read Lucky because he's going in reverse, and you can read Charms because he's going in reverse. This is rather funny. Okay, that was nice. Nicely done at 26.837. And now Lucky Charm Laro is in the main lane, blasting along nice and quick. And here we go in reverse. Let's see if those Lucky Charms really kick in for Laro. Laro was very fast during the Brag and Wagon tournament. I remember that. He had a good time and he was very competitive. Maybe a little tight in the suspension on the wagon, but this one is coming through nicely. Oh, hey, that's the second fastest time we've had on the track for the Bison tournament. And 409 Diecast is right there behind Spirit of 64.
And next up is the Canadian Invasion. That's right, it's Crazy Canuck, the Crazy Canuck.
I've always wondered, Aaron, we've got 905 Diecast Racing, and then we've got the A-Team. And then I read about White Knuckle Motoring Speed Shop. See, even the dog is confused.
I have to agree with you there, Richard, because the dog is really wanting to understand, and in my opinion, they should just make it easy and call it something like Aaron Take Enterprises.
Hey, a 26.135 isn't bad at all for the crazy Canuck. And now it's his turn down the main lane. And through the snow, he's looking smooth. And I gotta say that Bison, it does look smooth. Oh, and just as I said that, he got a little bumpy off the walls. But over the train jump he goes. Otherwise, that looks like a smooth ride. And here yet again, our theory, we're postulating that going backwards is the preferred way. The drivers want to do this. And then they swing around. Not quite as fast this time, but Crazy Canuck will come in. And there you see him near the middle there.
Oh, yeah.
905 Diecast Racing.
Hey, and next up we have OMS Racing. Wonder what that means.
OMS Racing.
Order Management Systems.
No. That sounds like some sort of Microsoft IT tech with nothing better to do than order and manage whatever systems.
Well, according to TikTok, it means on my soul.
On my... okay. Well, who's the driver? Let's see who the driver is. And the clipboard says it's JB. Hey, that's like J-Bo with Dog Squab. JB, J-Bo. Pretty cool. So JB, a little bit slower this time, comes through with a 34-second run. Although JB does finish, that's important to note. And now this is JB's next turn, our next attempt, on the main lanes. And let's see here, JB, ooh, good drifting. Spins backwards, of course. All the Bisons have to go backwards. And then, let's see, JB is 57.5 grams. That's a good weight to be in. And let's see how JB handles the scrambler. Look at that, coming straight down. 25.246 is a great time. And so that puts OMS Racing, well, literally in the middle. Look at that, the only 25 time.
Hey, Richard, look. It's Miniature Car Racing. We've had them before, Bolo Brown, and, well, actually, this is Wes Cosin.
Yeah, it's great to have him back.
I love the colors of his Baja Bouncer. Wes Cosin is from the West Cosin.
West Cosin. That's kind of like a phrase, you know, like instead of saying, I live on the West Coast, you say, hey, I'm West Cosin it.
But you don't want to say West Cousin.
Right.
That's a bad misinterpretation.
Very good. Well, look at that. Comes through with a 26.884. And Wes Cosin is off for the second run. Oh, gee, that was quick, and he is done. Sliding down on the snow, but a 26.884 is fine. For the time trials, he will find himself a group of very challenging racers, and now we've got Dr. Dodge Racing. Always a surprise from Dr. Dodge. Got a little stuck there around the turn in the snow. I see some heavy-duty looking manifold pipes. And, a little slow around the turn. That sharp right turn does seem to catch them every once in a while. Catch those drivers off guard. Let's see how Dr. Dodge does on the scrambler. And he comes through. Okay, well, hey, look. Under 28 seconds with as many bumps as he had is not a bad thing at all. So Dr. Dodge making his way now onto Mesa Butte. Ooh, coming through. And going backwards, as all the others have done. That is a permanent strategy with these guys and ladies who are in the race. Oh, and I keep referring to Dr. Dodge as Dr. Dodge driving, but actually the drivers are the sisters of the heavy metal. Okay, and we'll take their first time. And so Dr. Dodge Racing, Sisters of the Heavy Metal, 27.960.
Well, Richard, the next 8 drivers have made it down the track, and most of them look great. Here they are coming back to the pit area after successful time trials for each one of them.
Yep. We've got 8 more to go. 16 of the drivers have gone down. You're looking at the first 8 that have already gone down. And look who made a friend.
Are you tracking?